you're live.
as well.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And
I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'm very excited about the turnout that we have. I wanted to introduce Fahim Fazli, local Dana Point resident, author, actor, and veteran for the U.S. Marines. Take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your family. I've been living in Dana Point, California more than 35 years. And I love this country, I love our town, and I love our people. My name is Fahim Fazli, born and raised in Afghanistan. I'm gonna show you guys some slideshow, how I started my life, how I keep going. I never give up and continue to what this country did for me, and I want to pay back. And I'm very honored to call myself Afghan-born American. And I'm very excited to start our show, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is my dream too. My book became a movie, which is called Fahim Speaks. And we're gonna name the book A Man of Two Worlds. Where I came from, where I go back, and why I go back, and why I come back. That's what this movie is gonna be about. We already scripted, and we're not gonna name the book Fahim Speaks. Somebody in Midwest and in a little village, who's Fahim? This is much better name for that. Afghanistan was a kingdom when I was born in 1966, which is John F. Kennedy, our king came to 1963 to come to America. And our king take a picture with John F. Kennedy, and we always want to be influenced by American. The reason we want to be influenced by American because Afghanistan is a very important country for the Central Asia. Russian always want to invade Afghanistan. Russian always want to take over Afghanistan because it's called the Silk Road. If they take the Silk Road and they can control the Indian Ocean, all these war you guys seen right now is all about East and West war. It's not about these terrorists blow up themselves, bombing, killing, shooting. This is all started 18th century. When the 18th century, the British invade Afghanistan, the king made a decision, has to get help by America. This is my family, like you say, like you see, they have a nice clothes like you guys grew up. We have a modern clothes. We were almost like you guys. When the fundamentalists took over Afghanistan, changed everything. That's my dad, wearing all those 60s, and my mom and dad on the right getting married. And that wasn't about to cover your face and demolish women, disrespect women. After when the Russian came to Afghanistan, everything changed. They came from the north. They took Kabul city overnight when I was 12 years old. And I was crying. I asked my dad, what's this noise? He said, shut up, close the window. We close all the windows and turn off our lights, make sure we don't get bombed by Russian. And they took it over in 24 hours. That time, Jimmy Carter was the president, and Central Asia was in big trouble. We have hostages in Iran. American had the hostages in Iran. And Afghanistan fall to the communist rule because I'm not blaming anybody. Jimmy Carter was here. When Ronald Reagan took over, he made a decision, invite all those freedom fighters on the left and talk to Charlie Wilson. We have to make a decision before Russians come in further take over Pakistan and India. If the Russians take over India, America's done. Why is done? Because they're connected to the warm water. That's why the Russians right now doing in Ukraine. If they take Ukraine, and they can have access to the Middle East. The best weapons we got help by American Stingers. The Stingers help us. Ronald Reagan always says, Afghan are the best fighters because we defeat British 3 times, Mughal, Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, and we can defeat Russian. Your tax money, the Stingers came to Afghanistan and start defeating Russians. They lost 15,000, and we lost 2 million and 5 million. We became a refugee. When the Russian took over 24 hours, the next day, 1980, my mom came home. She says, Fahim, Era's my younger brother. You stay with your dad. I'm gonna take your 2 sisters and your older brother. We're gonna leave Afghanistan. And I was 12 years old. I didn't have. I didn't have the power. Why you not take me with you? Because she says, as a security reason, if we all leave Afghanistan, we're gonna get red flag, we're all gonna get killed. And she left me not on purpose with my father, and she took off with this yellow taxi, not exactly the same taxi, there was a yellow taxi. And I didn't see her for 5 years. This is me, 12 years old. My mom left. I'm not blaming her, I blame the communists to separate us, a father, husband, daughter, mother, father, we all fall apart. I was 13 years old right here. I made a decision. I'm not going to school. I want to fight the communists. And I was coming home. My dad says, how was the school? I lied to him. I was going to base, the Russian base, was doing wheeling dealing, passing flyers from CIA, which was passing to us. As a young man, we have to go past the Russian, put a scare tactic, fear on them. This is my city. That's how it got demolished by Russian. 5 years later, my dad made a decision. He wakes us up. He says, son, we're going to find your mother. We got in this jingle truck. I was sitting in the back, not exactly the same one. I was sitting in the back, my brother sitting on the other side, my father was sitting in the front, and a coyote guy was sitting in the middle. The coyotes told us, do not talk to each other, keep walking, keep us sitting and put your heads down. And this time, I was 16. And we drove half an hour or an hour, we got pulled over by the Russian soldier and Afghan communists. When we got pulled over, guess who was there? One of my cousins became a communist, young communist. He walk in the jingle truck, he look around, and he look at me eye to eye. He put his head down, I put my head down. He didn't say anything. And I didn't say anything to him. He walked out from the front of the jingle truck and he told the Russian, everything's clear, they can leave. Of course, he lied, but I want to thank him. Took us 7 days after the jingle truck. We drove a little bit more, and they walked. They let us. The coyotes wants us to walk. Like we walked 7 days, 7 nights from Afghanistan all the way down to Pakistan. And with the helicopter was looking for us. Every time helicopters come in, we cover ourselves with Afghan shawl. There's a khaki collar, make sure the helicopters don't see us. And we see bombing here, there, but thanks God didn't get hit us. And we made it in 7 days, 7 nights, cold, very cold. Afghanistan is the 22,000 feet high mountain. And as you guys talk about Colorado, Alaska, no, my friend, go to Afghanistan. Like I said, they were looking for us. Thank God we didn't get hit by them. This is the beauty. Afghanistan is a very beautiful country. They show you guys all killing, shooting, burning American flags. This. Please do not believe that. And they don't show the true Afghanistan. That's why it took us, the Hindu Kush mountains, took us 7 days, 7 nights to walk all these mountains as a young man. And we were so tired. The third day or fourth day, my dad has a money. He sew it on his jacket. Make sure when we get caught, no one, if they look at our pocket, they cannot find the money. And he sew a jacket to my jacket, my brother's jacket, inside. In his jacket, we have to rent the horses because we Afghan known for horse people, and we've been for centuries we defeat invaders by horses, and we rent our horses and go all the way down to Pakistan. When we arrived there, 1983, that's how I left. From all those modern clothes you saw me with the suit, Giorgio Armani, the Italian, whatever you guys called it, ended up with this. Because of who? Because of the invasions of other countries, invading other countries. Why they become a refugee? Because of invasions. Why people become a refugee? Because of killing, shooting, and this other stuff. I don't want it to be, my dad always said, do not talk about politics or religion. As a young man, that's my first picture for passport. Actually for ID, for Pakistan ID on the left. And we arrive in Pakistan as a refugee. And we don't know the language. We have to learn everything from zero. And that's the only clothes I had on when I came to Pakistan. And later on, we bought all the other clothes. We did have a lot of money because we sold the house and we hide it. And we have to exchange it to Pakistani money to learn how to survive. We went to the American Embassy, Islamabad, and not word of English. We have a translator. We walk in, a good-looking Marine salute us, American Marine. They say, can I help you? Then our translator says, these guys hasn't seen their a wife or mother almost for 5 years. They want to know where their mom is. The reason we didn't know where my mom is, because the communist was watching our post box, monitor everything. Later on, we found out my mom was used to send us letters, this, but they all get her, grab it, and put it in trash can. We never received it. In that time, I made a decision. with that Marine guy help me and say, I want to be like you one day. We found my mom. The Marine found that they come back. They said, come back in a week. We're going to figure out where your mom is. We came back in the embassy, American embassy. The Marine and the embassy people says, we found your mom. She lived from India, not Pakistan. And we did a fingerprint. We wait in line. We fill it up all this paper the right way, make sure we're not criminal. And we did all this testing, everything, make sure we're the right people to come to America. We fill it up, everything, and we come back to the bazaar, to our refugee camp, and my dad says, let's go talk to your mom. 703, the area code, Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia. We changed a lot of quarters, not quarters, Pakistani quarters. And we keep putting old-fashioned, keep putting, ting. It was 3 o'clock in the morning in Virginia, 3 afternoon in Pakistan. Finally, I heard a lady, because my dad was on the phone. In the phone, I heard my mom. After 5 years. And all of a sudden they start arguing. You son of a bitch, you got married young woman and you've left Fahim and Aris, my younger brother, they all got killed by Russia. Which is this wrong infos, false infos. My dad, brother and sister living in California brainwashed my mom to poison my mom's brain to shut up, don't follow your husband already married some young woman and your sons got killed. And my dad all of a sudden gave me the phone. Here you go, Fahim's next to me. Aris is next to me. I pick up the phone. I became a man. Hi, mommy. He said, who's this man? I said, this is Fahim. I'm growing up. I'm not 12 years old anymore. I'm a man. Mom, you remember I used to go help you deliver baby and I was holding all those tools you have, and I used to ask him, give me the pants, give me the scissor, give me this. You remember, Mom? You used to beat me up because I was not doing good in school. And she believed us. We stayed a year more. We stayed in line as a refugee, followed the rule, learn about American culture, learn about American history, and our sponsors come in a year later. We arrived in 1985, Charlottesville, Virginia. Thanks to priest Robert Filmy, he sent us a sponsor who became as a refugee in this country. And I really love this man. He saved our life. That was my first famous picture when we arrived in Charlottesville, Virginia. Reporter was there. Nowadays, nobody cares about refugees. There come 1,000 of them every day. But this was a special night as an Afghan coming to very new, and a reporter was everywhere, was there. They're very excited. And I got back together my 2 sisters in the right corner, my mom, and my older brother next to my dad with the mustache, and my younger brother was with me in the left. We all got together after 5 years. Another famous picture before we come to California and say, I want to go take a picture was Ronald Reagan. And I was in front of the White House, took a picture, and that's the newspaper. We got famous, and everyone's come and take a picture with us, and we don't know any word of English. It's, well, yes, thank you. Then we made a decision, come to California because my poison uncle was here. And my poison aunt was here. Of course, brothers, blood and blood. My dad followed his footsteps, come to America, up to California. When my plane flew from Washington, from San Bernardino, landed towards LAX, I saw this sign and said, I want to be one day in this sign, and I want to become an actor. My father slapped me so hard in the plane, I still don't forget. You don't want to become a doctor, lawyers? That's why we came into America, to become a Hollywood actor. That was my first drama. I go to adult school, learning English, and I did a drama in adult school, Hacienda Heights, California. And later on, with my broken English, I go join the Marine in the mall, go past the test because I remember the Marine in the Pakistan embassy. I want to be like him. When I go to the mall, La Puente Mall, Azusa area, I walk in, I say, I want to become a Marine. They laugh at me first because my English was still messed up, but that time it was worse. And they give me like those sheets, you make a hole. You remember those old-fashioned, you make a hole? I mean, I look at it and I say, shit, I'm not gonna pass this. I made a whole guess. From 100 questions, I was only 4 was right. Then I was disappointed because I couldn't pass. I want to become a Marine. I was very disappointed, and I would become because I love cooking. And I went to Walter's restaurant in Claremont, and there was a Afghan owner was there and said, I want to become a chef. They put me as a cook, as a busboy, and upgrade me. By the time I get a chef, this family, I don't want to mention their race, they team up, they get rid of me. Because I was so quick and I was so advanced, the owner of the restaurant said, Fahim, we have to leave because these guys all been here 25 years. You have to leave. And that was my second disappointment in America. Then I became a contractor, general contractor, from chef to become a contractor. I never gave up, keep working. Gas station, I work in the gas station, pumping gas. Then I asked myself 6 questions. I was 13 years old, I always ask myself this 6 question. Who am I, who I want to be, where I want to be, what's my dream, what's my passion, what's my hobby? Then I made a decision, I'm not going to be a chef, I'm not going to be a contractor, I'm not going to sell the shoes in Nordstrom. I'm very good at it, all those things. I have to find my dream, which was I want to become an actor. Then I joined on Central Casting, LA Casting. I was working as an extra. Then slowly I upgrade myself from drama to the stage with Charlie Wilson, everything. Charlie Chaplin, whatever I could. And I got my SAC card. It took me 4 years because I couldn't get in the speaking part. And I got a speaking part, and I became the first Afghan-born American actor in Hollywood. Then 9/11 happened. I said, holy shit. I came from the war zone, now they mention 9/11 about my birth country. I cannot put it over there, I'm not gonna do that this. 9/11 happened, then I keep hearing Afghanistan. My daughter and I, we were in Las Vegas, and my mother of my child, Amy, sweet woman, beautiful woman. We were upstairs, one of the casino, go downstairs and say, we don't want this smoking room, can you change it? He said, why don't you go watch your TV, then open your mouth. The guy was pissed off. Then we left Vegas, go to New Mexico for Amy's family vacation. Kind of, we drove from Vegas to New Mexico to just enjoy our vacation. That time 9/11 happened. We were in Las Vegas. And we were there a couple of days, and later on, FBI show up over there. FBI, the reason FBI show up because our neighbor right here in Blue Lantern, she was kind of not right. She says, these guys from Afghanistan, they just left, and the FBI was following us.
Oh, gee.
Then later on, I made a decision. I got a big job after 9/11 of working with Charlie Wilson Ward, the movie, coaching Tom Hanks, Robert Downey, Philip Hoffman Seymour, and Charlie Wilson. I coach him, I teach him because I was in Afghanistan. All this war was going on. I give him advice what's going on. Then I became a culture technical advisor for this movie, Charlie Wilson War. And I coach almost 400 extras. Then I teach them how to shoot the stingers, all those other things. Then I keep working with all these American Sniper, Argo, Iron Man, Philip Hoffman Seymour, Lady Gaga, Bill Murray, all these movies. Then I was very successful. I keep going, working with all these famous people, and Mark Harmon, NYC. Then I made a decision. I heard they need an Afghan. Then I want to join the DoD, Department of Defense. I just want to go pay my dues for this country. My lady was pissed off, my manager was pissed off, everybody, what are you doing? I'm saying, I want to go pay my dues for this beautiful country. And they're almost pissed off and they're mad at me. Then, when I joined the Marine, they sent me to Fort Benning, Georgia for my training. And I did a 3 months training over there. Then later on, they says, do you want to go with the Marine? I said, sure. They sent me 29 pounds for the other 3 months. Then, after 3 months I training with all over, I ended up to Afghanistan in 2009. The reason why I want to pay my dues for this beautiful country, because this country done a lot for me, and I want to pay back. And I made a decision, go there as a culture technical advisor, linguist, 2009, 2010, and 2014. And that was my first patrolling. My commander, Captain Benson, said, do you want to go patrolling? I said, I just got here from the US. I said, come on, man, you're speaking all those languages, let's go. That was my grave. As soon as we got up from the base, IED blew up. They want to kill our team, which is somehow we avoided. The second truck got hit, working hard, make sure we're getting some reports and make sure our Marines, our American won't die. The old gentleman sitting there, his family got killed by American by accident bombing, the whole family got killed. And I was trying to negotiate between them and Afghans. And we go village to village, give them money, your money, to make sure they don't kill us, they don't shoot us, they don't do anything. And General Nicholson, General Mills, we go village to village, talk to people, make sure we're not here to conquer your country, we're just here to help you bring you education. And like I said, we've been attacked. I've been attacked more than 4 times, thanks God I didn't get killed. Then I saw this gentleman, Lieutenant Colonel Moffett, he's my co-author. And he saw me, I was doing translations between sub-government and him. He says, I heard you're from Hollywood, you give up your Hollywood careers, why are you here, why don't you write a book? And say, my education is not a very high level, sir. If you can help me out, that'd be awesome. I have a story to tell. And he says, no problem. I was telling him everything, and he helped me, and he's made my dream come true. Then our book got nominated, and I did such a good job in Afghanistan. I got American flags. I got so many challenge points. President Obama, President Bush. Later on, all those my awards in my room right there somewhere. And I kept everything, and I ended up to come back to beautiful Dana Point with my family. And my beautiful daughter in John Wayne Airport welcomed Fahim. I said, why you with Fahim? You're my Fahim, you're not my dad. And later on, I got invited to go to 29 Palm. My commander, everybody invited me for celebrate and welcome me back because my team left before me, and later on they gave me all these awards. And there was very nice. Amy and Sophie's right there next to me, and all 1,000 Marines they cheer up for me, and I saved their life. They saved my life. Thanks to WPG, except our book from Michael and Moffat and I, we thought we're not going to publish this book because we don't have the connections. In WPG, Dr. Julia read it and says, okay, we're going to do it, bring a change here, and we start publishing. When we publish it, we got a gold medal award, and Tom Hanks put an endorsement. Because Tom Hanks, remember, I was very loyal to him when Charlie Wilson War was there. He read it and he put not an endorsement, what do you call it, blurb. He put it, that's the cover of the book, right here, the cover of the book. And we got so many awards, so many book signings, so many coins. We go speech, give a speech, Georgetown University, Arizona State, everywhere we could to push our book, and we send our book to President Bush. He responds back, and we push our book to President Obama. He responds back. When I sent him my book to White House, I wrote a letter. My Lieutenant Colonel Moffat says, "They're not going to listen to you." I said, "Colonel Moffat, I'm a warrior. I never give up. Mark my word." And a month later, they both respond. I mean, every time they were there, they respond back. Follow your dream, never give up. Make it happen. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Ask me any kind of questions. And I'm sorry I got emotional. And that was my mom's today's 12 years anniversary. That's why I got emotional. She passed away. Thank you, Phil. You're welcome. Ask me a question. I'm here.
I had so many questions when you were speaking, and now I should have written them down. One thing, it was wonderful to read your book. I really enjoyed it. I like the way you just, as a book club, we appreciated something that's well written, and we also appreciated great stories.
That wasn't my English. That was my story.
I
I cannot write like him. There's no way I can. But he was good. We were sitting right there for years, for a couple of years. We were sitting right there on the bench. He said, tell me more. And I was telling him the story.
You should have joined. You could have come up here.
Yeah. And as my second book, I did it by myself because I got a great experience from him. And I did it everything by myself. This is 99% of true story. 1% I polished it because a lot of top secrets here. I have to polish it, make sure I'm not getting in trouble with government. This is the greatest book. I really love this.
It's very,
We'll read that one next. So, my
What's the name of that
question
one
for
for
you.
you?
Blood and Family. Blood and Family.
So did that come out?
It's already out.
it's incredible. It's very,
Dr. Bill read it. Dr. Bill. Go ahead, Dr. Bill.
I would like you to thank him, respect him. He is one of the few people as an interpreter that 40 or so people in his class did not want to go into the Marine Corps. He was one of the few people who did. And he did so much for our country and the world. I would like to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love
Thank you for accepting me part of your family. I love you guys all. One thing I want to tell you guys, please listen carefully. If you don't want to listen, that's okay. Do not take it for granted, this beautiful country.